Are they here? Thank you, Chief Sagone. Do we have Mokerong West? Thank you. Do we also have Mutse? Do we have ZD specifically from Mashau village? Do we have people coming from that area? Do we also have Sekhoses under the Taban law? Do we have Falbanda? For now, as I'm speaking, we have coding and robotics as a school subject. It was coding and robotics as a school subject. It's not a compulsory subject. Among the subjects that you have in primary school, you look whether you can add coding and robotics as a subject at your school. Unions were consulted in the ELRC and we gave a go ahead. There was advocacy and training. Now coding and robotics is being implemented in schools. Teachers are being trained. We are finalizing the last document on the QMS after the death of IQMS. We are finalizing the last document, QMS, for therapists and psychologists in schools. The document will be out in the next bargaining council. We believe in June the document will have been adopted. Furthermore, you have realized from the 1st of April 2022, ECD has moved from social development into the Department of Education. Learners and the practitioners there at ECD, all of them will now be taken care of from the 1st of April 2022 by the Department of Education. I think you recruiters will start being very strong in recruiting in that area because those people will now be in the DPE. I posed a question here on a matter that specifically affects Limpopo. I know in Limpopo about 7,000 posts of educators were incentivized from 1st January 2008 up to 31st December 2021. Incentivized in line with Government Gazette 30678. Now that the minister has withdrawn that Government Gazette 30678, it means the department in Limpopo, for those who have been benefiting from that allowance, are owed the allowance for 3 months. Even before we discussed court issues, the minister said, I am withdrawing this Government Gazette from the 1st of April 2022. It means non-payment of that allowance from January to March 2022 was unlawful. The department has to refund that allowance. I needed the department to commit when that allowance is being paid. But I talked to them in January to say, you have withdrawn this allowance. We know why you have withdrawn it. It's because we have misused your budget for this year. You no longer have reserve funds. You are waiting for the new budget to be activated so that you can pay what is due to teachers. Yes, they will do so. We will push that matter in the national ELRC so that those who have been benefiting can be refunded immediately. But on top of that, we are also reintroducing the same allowance. The matter is already on the agenda of the ELRC titled Reconsideration of Rural Allowance. We would want the employer to tell us why the allowance was withdrawn. If the employer doesn't have enough reasons why it was withdrawn, besides the fact of budget deficit, that allowance should continue. Furthermore, quickly, I move away from the ELRC, quickly into the Public Service Coordinating Bargaining Council, the PSCBC. I know the first matter that everybody is worried about is the non-implementation of the third leg of Resolution number 1 of 2018, wherein all public servants have lost salary adjustment for the financial year 2020 and 2021. No increment was implemented for all civil servants for that particular financial year. And again, you have seen the resolution number 1 of the PSBC of 2021. There was nothing there. We normally call it the MPA, the NPA, the non-pensionable allowance. That money, should it have been converted to be an addition on the notch that you were having, it was to do something positive on your salary, especially around the pension funds, you would benefit. But the employer decided to overrule everybody, implement that resolution number 1 of 2021, wherein you are getting a non-pensionable allowance without increasing your notch. Remember, you are not standing where it was in 2019. You lost an increase in 2020, you lost it in 2021. That's why the demand for 2022, 2023 is 10% across the board. 10% ATP plus 2,500 housing allowance per month. But media has already come up. We wonder what will happen on the 31st. 31st is on Tuesday. We are assembling again at 260 Boston Avenue in Centurion to look at the response of the employer officially in the Public Service Bargaining Council. We are aware they have said the only budget available is 20.5 billion. That will not give us anything more than 1.8%. And we are saying, in fact, when we left, we indicated to them where they must go and sort out money. Because we know for this particular budget, something was not spent. We wanted them to go there and draw that budget to be used in the salary negotiations. But we know, as they are already indicating in the media, they will come up to say we have already used the budget of 20.5 billion for 2 months in April and May when you received your allowance. How many of you have read that resolution 1 of 2021? It has a clause that says until a new agreement is signed, the allowance will continue. And when it says that, it means when the new agreement is signed, there will be no back pay. Because the NPA is continuing. So that is what we are fighting as chief negotiators assembled there in the Public Service Coordinating Bargaining Council. But furthermore, there is something that you must note as educators. I think you have been told about GEMS here. You have been told about the Government Employees Housing Scheme. We are holding the committees responsible there in the public service to say the way GEMS is operating is no longer carrying the mandate of civil servants. GEMS seems to be competing with other private medical schemes, when in actual that medical scheme belongs to us. We must dictate what should happen in that medical scheme. That GEMS was formed because of the PSCBC resolution. It cannot come back and dictate to us. The issue of the Government Employees Housing Scheme, we are challenging the fact that educators that resign and those that are dismissed cannot get their savings that were put aside specifically for them. By right, when they go out, they must get what belongs to them. Furthermore, we have already sanctioned the change in law to convert the GEPF, Government Employees Pension Fund, into a two-pot system. We are finalizing regulations to make sure that as government employees, you access 30% of your accumulated pension funds. And if you accumulate 30%, it will be for a just reason. We are specifically pointing at housing to say, in actual fact, if you want housing funding, you can withdraw 30% from your accumulated pension funds and carry out the project to build your own house. And the 70% will still be aside so that it is accessed when you build the system. Remember, the two-pot system will be the fact that the 30% can be accessed at any time when you want to build, and the 70% will only be accessed once in your lifetime, either by resignation, retirement, or unfortunately by death. That is the third option. So the value of the 70% will go down as you retire if you have access to your 30%. And GEF will also allow you, for in case you get lottery, you will be allowed to put in your savings in the GEF. Because they belong to you. And another thing that we need to indicate, I think the department also emphasized on that matter. Colleagues, as soon as you started working, you are no longer a child. You are no longer a child. Plan your finances. The first thing that you must plan is the employer has indicated is a will. Tell the people what will happen if it happens that you disappear, either by the holy call or any other. You must have a will. You must be able, if you get into a relationship, assess the future of that relationship. Because at the age of 40, as my colleague has indicated, 45 or so, if you get involved in a relationship and you get into the same house with a person for 6 months or so, please thank you. Noted. I indicated that all relationships should have documents. If you don't have a document with regard to your relationship, please have a will. With regard to GEPF, fill the form to indicate who your dependents are. As men, the only advice I can give, even those children who are not at home, are your legal children that must benefit from your GEPF. Quickly, I would say, I wanted to sort of deal with this matter. Yeah, the last thing, Prophet Director. Please, those who are in service, please check your service record. If your salary advice says you started in 1990 and you know you started in 1987, correct it while you are still employed. Because at the time when you go to pension, you will not have an opportunity to correct that. correct it while you are still here, working with HR. So that by the time you retire, you don't have to struggle when they say, bring a salary advice of 1987. I think we will meet at another time. Let me drop it here based on the time allocated. Thank you, colleagues.